tied at 3 and 5 for 6th place. So not a whole lot of wins separating top and bottom here of the group. They're looking to keep themselves up here, Team Falcons, with 4 wins. But we don't know. The draft so far looking like it could go either way. Blacklist has historically been very good in the early game. Hanskin, do you think this is finally going to be enough to take down Falcons, or will Falcons continue their sweep so far with 2 O's after falling 0-4 to start the groups?
I mean, I think it's going to be a nail-biter for sure. A lot of it's going to come down to execution. I wouldn't say that the draft favors anyone particularly, but if you let Falcons hit their timings properly, you know, you get that farm on the Doom, you get it on the Sanking, the Chen as well as Auras. If you get to that point where Falcons are able to like play their draft out as they intended to, then it's going to be tough. But the Blacklist, they definitely had the tools to play a bit faster than that.
All right, hit them hard, hit them fast. You can find yourselves a win here on Blacklist. I like it. Falcons definitely is a team that you never really want to take into the late game. They're always so coherent there, but also I agree with this lineup. It seems that the later it goes, the harder you hurt. And yeah, he is. They do have the Liquid Frost starting up here, and Gabby in with the stun. They'll give this one over to Januel. Hey man, supports need to eat too.
Damn, interesting. He just goes for level 1. Not everybody does that, but it doesn't cost mana. That's the benefit. And obviously, a good setup here. You don't really need the dual breath to secure that kill. So far, so good for Blacklist.
It's interesting. I always feel bad doing that, right? There's very few heroes that you genuinely want to take like a passive or an ult ability first, especially if it takes no mana, because you're just sitting there full mana in the lane. The other guys get to use spells. You're just sitting there on your HP. That's the only thing you can trade away early.
Yeah, definitely. Unless your name is Huskar, right?
True. People are going Q first on Huskar. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Right, so I like what he did in the mid lane here. That onslaught to secure the CS. Marina's actually doing a really good job of kind of like fighting under the sandstorm. I wonder if we're going to see a sentry ward here again. We saw that versus, I believe it was also a Blacklist series.
Yeah, I mean, usually these matchups in mid Sanking, you know, it's a lot about whoever gets the sentries, right? It's kind of like a TA matchup, but from level 1. Whoever controls the sentries wins. But in a matchup like this, I'm not sure it matters as much as it would, let's say, you played against a Quap or a Puck or something that can harass you a lot, right? I think the Primal he's going to have a hard time staying in the Sandstorm for long durations anyway. So we'll see if Malrines really cares about it or not.
I mean, it's an interesting mid matchup as well. We've seen, there was a while ago, I believe it was early DPC, where it was like you pick Primal, Tusk, or Tiny, and those are your mid laners. So I'm sure that Abed has had plenty of reps on this one, but versus the Sand King, that's the new one. He's gonna be able to just clear waves. He's even so aggressive on the wave right now, and Abed just taking so much damage right away. If he's not careful, Marine might just go for the kill.
Yeah, is it a Sank? Oh, actually, is he gonna go for the kill here? No, he can't, right?
That's hard. Yeah. Abed's kind of put himself in these positions, but he hasn't actually been like stabilizing with the regen. He's finally able to bottle up. Now maybe this will be fine with 2 points into Stomp.
Yeah, I mean this Sandstorm hurts, man. It's so big, you know. I think typically Primal, he excels in lanes with like where he can push out the lane more so himself, and then you know, even if it's a tough matchup, you'll do the thing where what Malrine does a lot, where you just go behind enemy tier 1 and drag waves into big camps, right? But in this matchup, you're absolutely not going to be able to do that because Sanking can just do it better than you.
Oh, he actually took the aggro? Whoa! They didn't get the flag bearer CS then. Unsure if that was intentional because he did take some tower shots, but he's all full HP now, so it doesn't matter to him.
Yeah, always fun.
Doing a really good job of just like keeping himself healthy this whole time, right? Like Alba never feels like he really wants to trade into him.
It's always nice to watch these like really high tier mid players and their mind games. It's so different from even, you know, top tier pubs.
Right. You can see early on here, he's not even like, he doesn't want to commit the trample until he sees the stun, but that's always going to go in favor of the Sand King. You know, General, not happy with what's going on right now. Jakiro, surprisingly, because of how much focus is on the Liquid Frost, also doesn't love the Windrunner being able to just Windrun away. It sometimes just turns into your timing, right? You just Frost, or you dual breath someone, and then you end up just right-clicking them for a bunch. But now Crit also doesn't really care.
Yeah, definitely, definitely an annoying matchup for Jakiro. And Windrunner is like, it's one of those fours that he does super well on lane. You know, he can enable pretty much any hero, but he kind of falls off a bit later in a sense, where he relies a bit more on his items. You know, is he gonna have a dagger or a mech or even a maelstrom? You know, that's really gonna be his impact. So laning wise, he's like one of the strongest. And you know, especially when you play two heroes that kind of rely on your right click primarily to do proper damage, then it's gonna be a problem for you. But so far Natsumi is keeping up rather well, but
right,
definitely it's gonna be costly in the region departments.
It'll take a lot. This is one of those as a pos 5, like you don't see many position 6 anymore, but whenever you have a carry that just sees constantly fed tangos, you're gonna find out.
Yeah. The worst is when you play against two, like when you have two lanes that are, you know, they're needing a lot of region, you can actually run out of tangos.
Right. That's the worst thing in the world, where your mid laner's like, we're out of tangos. What's happening over there, guys?
Yeah. Bring back the days when the post 5 was just a salve bot, right? So Natsumi is gonna have face boots actually fairly soon. That could give them enough to actually go for a kill on Amar potentially. Oh, actually he's got his face boots already, frost armor and wind lace on top. So I don't think. Never mind what I said. I don't think this Doom is gonna die anytime soon.
No, I mean, you'd almost have to have an Orb of Venom, and even then, that extra slow just isn't enough. You have to hit him so much. The Scorched Earth by that time will just burn you down anyways.
Yeah. Really, so far, quite a slow game. We'll see who gets the next rune, minute 6, you know. Obviously, Primal with a rune could be very, very deadly. Especially if
so how do you know when to call for the supports, right? Because they're both a very high skill mid matchup. Both these heroes are kind of just beating each other down, but in between every rune.
They're gonna try for more here first.
Nice double ice path actually on the two of them, and this might be the damage they need. Natsumi not able to pick up the last hit. Instead, Tim's will be the one to get it. And I guess this is why we don't see people going into the mid lane, because, well, they're going after the offlane duo right now from Blacklist, and it'll pay off. Natsumi to pick up the second kill. Very well done, enabling the Ursa, and now Maureen didn't actually get the rune. It was topside, so he just has to go down and get himself a bounty. So far, really nice rotations from Blacklist. Not force it into the mid lane, but rather focus on those side lanes.
Yeah, definitely a really heads-up move by Blacklist, and all the while Abed was able to secure a region top, so now he's going to be able to have resources for days here. I mean,
where's he going?
Yeah, he's also going bottom, so they really want to shut down Amaro. This is going to be...
They do.
This is huge.
And they will run right on through. You only need a few more Fury swipes for that one. Another kill.
They're going to go for the Wisdom as well. I mean, I'm not sure if Falcons can stop this. Like, is the Sanking going to be enough?
He's going to have Onslaught. You almost need to bring two other heroes. The scan, it does connect. They see that everybody's walking down. Crit will try to be the first one to show. If it's only Abed, I don't think he'd do it. But no, Crit isn't even going. They're going to get double Wisdom. They're going to end up getting double kill on the Doom. I mean, this is just a disastrous XP deficit now for Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, Falcons deciding that, you know, it's not worth it to even try to contest this Wisdom, even with bringing Malrine, because as we saw, like, Amar just died after TPing in bottom, so really good job by Blacklist, and they're showing, you know, once more why they're known for their early game, really. Like, they have a really good habit of figuring out these things. It's also never the same, you know, it's every game it's different. Some games are playing on the safe lane, some in the off lane, and they always just seem to have this on lock, so really well done.
Yeah, no, a little bit of scouting. Abed does really well at trying to find out what stacks are in this triangle, see if he can take him himself. I don't think there was many over there, but he does get himself a little bit of extra gold. Yeah, it's 6 camp stack. It's got to be topside, right? Because that seems like where this Fen is. Yeah, okay, here they are.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure while everything was going on bottom, Malrine must have taken some, because look at his net worth. He's almost 1k ahead of Malrine right now.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's feeling pretty good, and now bot side, they're forced to use the Stampede. Power Shot does some good damage, but it's not enough to get the kill on the Ursa.
Was that a snaking Mud Golem? It must have been, right?
Yes, yes it was, and it still is. Power Shot, dodges it once, tries to TP away, looks like he'll get out. Nice job, making sure he doesn't feed down here in the bot side. But yeah, no, I mean, it looks like the Sand King is so farmed right now, all of a sudden, and all these stacks are getting taken. I wonder if that was heads up from Falcons. They knew that Abed would try to get this aggressive look at the camp, so they would go, you know, stack them top instead, or if it just kind of worked out. But, you know, that's where Chen was.
I think stacking top side is just, it makes sense for the Chen.
Right.
You know, he's playing top side. He wants to gather creeps there anyway. You know, you can't really get the big creeps, or at least most of them, until you have like level 5 or even 7. So going around to the bottom side, stacking ancients, it's not that beneficial for your own game, and it's also like not a major difference. You know, you have crits that can do it for you if you need it.
He's gonna take even more now. Sand King just farming up as much as he can. It almost feels like this laning stage, even though it went rough for a Mardon bot, his net worth really isn't that bad. He's been farming it perfectly fine. The stacks being taken by the Sand King propel him, and same with Skitter. So I don't know, man. It seems like Falcons, they've gotten the strong start that they need. May have to focus up on these enemy heroes, and it looks like that's exactly what they'll do. Veil down. They also have the stomp, but is this enough damage? Skitter is alive right now.
Still has a big Lotus. Oh, didn't get it off.
Oh no, he didn't. They actually get the kill. They're very fortunate of them that the Lotus doesn't pop, because if so, the team was TPing in. They could have gotten these kills.
Damn, they just have so much damage actually with this Veil just picked up by Gabby, and as we saw, perfect timing on the Hoodwink Thunder. Obviously Skeeter not being able to see him, so he kept the Lotus a bit too long there, wasn't able to press it, and therefore he his life. So good moves from Blacklist, but what they need is they really need to transition this into objectives at some point, because if they're not starting to get these towers down eventually, you know, as we see, Falcons, they're not being very reactionary to what Blacklist is doing so far, you know. They are not too concerned about losing a Mar once, twice. So if they can keep their towers alive, they're gonna be able to farm eventually, and we know what that means. That means that their timing around minute 30 or whatever is gonna gonna be crazy.
That's the best thing they can do, right? This Falcons lineup, they're so good at stacking, so good at keeping them protected as well. You got to take down the objectives or else. And currently, I mean, objectives are a little bit hard. You said Jakiro, the liquid fire is a little bit better for pushing those towers. He's got the frost, so they can still do it, maybe. It's going to take a lot more commitment, though, as your carry doesn't really hit them. Your offlane or your mid don't really hit towers. It's a little bit difficult.
Yeah, they don't really have the best. Of course, Primal has this new cool innate, which actually makes you do more damage to towers just by right-clicking them. But it's like, it's still a Primal, you know? It's not like some hero that's gonna build right-click items or gonna get an Aegis, have a Death or AC or something.
Guys, my Moon Shard's almost online. We're gonna be able to take those towers. Oh, something. Yeah. They already, like, he popped the raindrop charges. That's pretty much all the defense he has versus that. So until the Glimmer comes out, which won't be for a while, that should still be free kills on the Jakiro.
And yeah, Skater also connecting here, which is gonna mean that this tower is most likely to fall. And this is something that, you know, a lot of the really, really solid teams, they do well. Whenever they go for these side lane moves, they're ready to bring 5, you know, if necessary. So here, Skitter showing up. This has multiple benefits. One of them is that obviously now Skitter is not. There's no potential for Blacklist to, you know, get a smoke on Skitter, get some kind of return instead of defending the tower. And the other thing is that if this turns into a fight, you know, you're fighting S5 with your item timing. It doesn't really matter that Sven doesn't have his Mass Command as Echo Saber. You know, you're playing around the Blink Dagger Sanking, and yeah, just a solid move. You know, it's just like a hero, but they get a tower. So good job by Falcons.
If you're Blacklist, then you know what Falcons are up to. They're stacking, they're farming on the other side. As you're saying, they don't have the greatest tower pressure. If you're leading this Blacklist team, are you clamoring to try to get under these towers and maybe bring 5 so that you can take down some objectives on the map? Or are you just waiting for your item timings and hoping you're farming well versus this Falcons lineup?
Yeah, so basically they just picked up the Blink on Gabby here, so I expect them to do a 2 or 3 month smoke and to try to kill somebody and maybe go for this mid tower after it.
Okay.
So it looks like they're gonna do the 3-man smoke right now. It's a very good move. Kind of hard to read, especially if you know, Abed is showing offensively. If Natsumi is able to show as well, it's gonna be very hard to read.
Yeah, I mean, this mid tower is actually pretty low. 1 kill is all that it'll take, but you gotta get it. If you make a move like this and you allow Falcons to TP in, it could be a little bit disastrous for you. So Amar can just level up that Doom, but instead they go after him, dropping down the Macro Pyre and the Ice Path. That's more than enough damage. Frost Armor ain't gonna help you there. They get themselves a kill deep on the enemy side, but as you said, objectives? There's no objective there unless you think you're taking a bunch of people down to take a fully healthy tier 2.
Yeah, I mean, Okay, here we go. They're gonna go on Tim's.
Oh no, Tim's trying to get out of here. The Sandstorm definitely put in some work, but with the Stampede, it looks like he will be away for now. It does mean that if the Doom does come out next from Falcons, they'll have a way to get your hero out of there.
Yeah, now Doom TP mid. Is he gonna be able to get to Doom?
He could be. He levels it up. Doom's immediately. It's as if they know exactly the timing they're waiting for. Gets 2 kills immediately. God strength into the mid tower. Yeah, you can forward it up. That's not going to save it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is a really good job by Falcons, first of all. So, as we said, the top move, it's just a smoke for a kill. It doesn't translate into an objective. It doesn't. Obviously, it slows down Amara a lot, but it doesn't put a dent in like the overall Falcons net worth side of things.
Right.
It's just gonna. You take it a little bit from Doom, you give it to the Sven or the Sand King basically, because they have more space on the map, right?
Right.
But when Falcons, when they make a move now, they go mid, they bring 5 instantly a tower, and now the map is so much bigger. It's gonna be harder for Blacklist to make another move, and Falcons obviously still have their mid tower, so they can afford to play a bit more split if they'd like, and you know, being able to connect easier.
I mean, it's a transformation here on the carry, right? It's so much easier to figure out when you can bring the Sven over because it's a checklist. Does he have God Strength? Yes or no? Yes, you can bring him. And that's exactly what they did, right? For Ursa, it's significantly more difficult. And it has to be at a tower. There already has to be some heroes diving. He still doesn't even have the Blink Dagger. So for Natsumi to get involved in this one, you have to really overextend on Falcons.
Now I see another 3-man smoke here. Just going for kills once more. But if they can get Malwing, that's a huge kill.
It is. They're trying to turn this one around now that Shen in a bit of danger. The Ice Path's going to miss him completely, but they do have it on top of the Sand King. He's going to get into the Storm, but it doesn't matter. They'll get the kill. Now charging through to take the Snake King as well. So well done with a 2 kill. I have to mention it, though. Are they going to get this tier 1 tower? I think the answer is no.
Yeah, probably not. But this time, they are killing a Sand King, which, you know, before this fight was the top net worth in the game, and they also get it on the Ursa, so, you know, that's way better than just killing the Doom as before top. I think likely now, Blacklist are, as we see the replay here. Really nice ice path from General.
Yeah, I mean, he was actually able to get away pretty decently on the Chen, but still not near enough to save that Sand King.
Yeah. So what I expect from Blacklist now, as we see already, they're gonna probably sacrifice this bottom lane a bit because they're thinking about the top Roshan. Ursa is one of those heroes that can give you the nighttime Roshan, minutes 15 to 20, which is not every hero or like every draft that is able to kill the Roshan this early. You can do it with some Beastmasters or some Svardars, maybe a Chen, but like Ursa, he kind of just does it by himself, you know, as long as you have some guy tanking it for you. So
and Gabby definitely can do that if they want to bring it up.
Yeah, they're gonna need some kind of vision up here, so they're comfortable, or some kind of information, and then they're gonna aim for it. If they can get that, get the blink on Ursa, then they have potential to snowball the map.
Agreed. One of the best things you can do versus a Doom lineup is have that Aegis. Anytime it's Doom, it's Faceless Void, anything like that, where there's that one spell that's gonna ruin you. Any Roshan taking is always pretty good.
And Falcons, they're reading it. They're gonna contest this top tide. They feel ready.
Oh, Gabby uses the Stampede immediately. And they're dropping the Macro Pyre just as a defense mechanism. Now, eventually they'll still end up dooming the Centaur, but he's done his job. He got his team out back to their vision, back to their tower where they want it. It's up to the rest of Blacklist to take the fight as they can, but Abed already taking so much damage. Focus Fire in from Crit. That's not moving everywhere. That is a single Focus Fire. It'll take down the enemy mid laner. Janual falls as well. Tim's in danger. They're continuing the onslaught from Falcons. On this high ground, they can't watch. They have to just sit and let him die. And even though they want this? Oh, this is dangerous. I hope it works out for you. The Ice Path is quite good, but oh no! The Epicenter! Can they even focus still on Skinner? No! They get the kill, and the Arts are turned through for Janual. It's a team wipe by the end of it here. Only the Centaur was alive, and well, even that might not hold here. They're on top of him with the Sand King, a full wipe against Blacklist. What a disastrous fight for them, and Falcons find themselves a huge advantage.
Yeah, what a fight from Falcons. I was a bit skeptical about the approach on the Centaur at first, you know, trying to God Strength kill him and also throwing the Doom at him, but you know, if you look at what Falcons have got going for them right now, Amar actually went for the Pipe Rush, you know, selling the Midas for it, and now he's gonna buy it back, of course, which we've seen Dooms do a lot. Okay, here's the fight. And it's like
That is
they're
really
not
well
really
done.
concerned. They're not really concerned with any target, right? You see Ursa, Natsumi, he's scared to commit here. He doesn't have a BKB or anything like this.
It
here,
feels so
Abed-
disconnected, right? Like Natsumi, he jumps in, and then Abed jumps in after the Ursa was already like, I don't want it.
Yeah, I mean, it just I get it. Like it's scary to commit if you're Natsumi here. Like there's so much stuff on Falcons. They've got Pipe on Amar. They got obviously this Blink Dagger, Eternal Shroud, Sanking. Skitter also finishes Blink, so he's super strong. Snaking has the mech on Chen. You got drums on Windrunner and the Pipe on top of that. And if you compare that to the side of Blacklist, they have nothing. Like Hoodwink has an Urn. Jakira has Arcanes, and like you don't have a BKB on Ursa and Centaur. Yeah, it's only really Abed who's completely ready.
The smokes have broken. They will kill the Chen. Is that what you need, though? A huge double shackle. Now the Ursa will get away. Abed, are you so lucky? I think maybe not. Daniel will fall. Skeeter just continues to run. He's so strong right now with this Gotcha. It feels like every single fight we've taken, he's had at least a little bit of it up.
Yeah, I mean, Blacklist, they're trying to play this game where you're like, we're playing around the cooldowns, we're gonna go because we know they don't have the Epicenter, the Doom, everything, but it's not enough, you know, like they're not ready. They don't. It's hard to describe it. They just Falcons have so much more going for them, right?
They just have more. That's an acceptable thing.
I mean, basically they're building items to scale each other up. Like when the mech affects everybody, the drums affect Pipe, all of these things. And this also means that they never really had to go back to base, right? Everyone's going to be topped off after each fight. They don't have to hesitate so much. The game is not so complicated for them. Whereas Blacklist, I feel they're trying to play a game where, like, you know, we're going to bait out X and Y cooldown, and you know, when they've used it, we're going to smoke immediately, try to cut them off in that window. And for Falcon, it's more like we're going to play our strat. We're going to stay in a group, play around Auroras, and we don't care who we hit. All we care about is our formation. If we keep our formation in a good way, we're gonna win every fight. And I think, obviously, we see what looks best here.
Absolutely. No, I mean, it's definitely worked out for them. You can see just how tight they're able to play together. Whereas Blacklist, even in that last fight, it was just like, which way do we enter this one? Do we want to go on this guy? Like, how do we start this one? Can I get my Ursa in to stay? Just like, none of these things are adding up. I don't even know. Like, things can get easier. You can alleviate some of that pressure by maybe having the BKB on Ursa, or maybe even a few more auras on our Centaur, but I don't know, man. It's going to be hard, and there's no one item that fixes everything.
Yeah, I mean, you know, since you're not matching the auras or the team items, let's call it, on Blacklist side, then the way to counteract it would be to have some kind of superior late game, you know, play mode spirit a bit, you know, with some crazy high ground defense where you have like some sort of crazy team fight spell, like an RP, or you know, we're talking this type of things, like, you know,
an Aghanim Scepter Macropyre.
Yeah, I mean, you know, something like this. But how do you get there?
Axe Macropyre is gonna do it?
I mean, it could do it, but the question is, how do you get there, right? You're like 3,700 gold away, and I don't think you're gonna get gold if you're just Jakiro.
No, unfortunately, he didn't have to use Macropyre to run away. The way to get gold would have been maybe get some of those kills, but I mean, how many of these Macropyres have just been, get away, don't touch us anymore?
Yeah, it's been a lot. I mean, Falcons, they're not gonna stop now. The only reason they are gonna move to their own side of the map is because they want to kill heroes. Otherwise, they have no reason to stop right now. And obviously, we're talking about the tailgate on, or is it tailwind on Windrunner? So you've got the drums, and you've got obviously the added MS from the new facet on Windrunner, and you've got Warcry from Sven. So you're gonna be seeing a Falcons, you know, a crazy pack running at you with Boots of Bearing as well. And how do you get away? You know, you're gonna need time for this Aghanim Shakiro potentially, or you know, some 6-slot timing for Ursa. But yeah, if you're not careful, Falcons are gonna come, and they're gonna come fast.
Oh yeah, I mean, they've got the auras, the Bongo Boots online, Pipe on the Doom. They have all this damage mitigation, and because you're so far down in the net worth right now as Blacklist, you don't have the damage. So Skeeter, he's able to just come up here, use the God Strength, use the Warcry, and just start smacking away at the tower and Blacklist. I think since you just showed absolutely nothing to this tower, Falcons, they know the next tower is free, because if you didn't defend that one at all, we're just going to keep on running you down.
Yeah, and if you notice how well the Falcons are taken this approach as well. They're only showing Skitter anytime they're hitting towers. So Blacklist, they're not showing anywhere. They're not killing any creep waves. They're just literally hiding in the corners of the map. And,
I mean, as much as we love the Sven hero, like as a support, he has so much armor, right? Well, as a core, he can also have that same amount of armor. So if you don't have the physical damage to burst him, and there's a pipe behind him, so you certainly don't have the magic to do it, how do you kill him?
It's tough. I mean, you got the Divine Favor from Chen. He's got a Solar, a Mech, a Pipe. You've got a Shiva as well. And you've got this Boots of Bearing plus, you know, all the moon speed mentioned. But now you have the Natsumi BKB. That could be the difference maker potentially.
Oh, jump in.
No detection.
That is looking pretty thick, and they immediately have to run away. Ursa doomed up. They'll have to kite out for now, but can they actually get away from Falcons? They're going to link up on Tim's. Gabby, the first one, likely to get focused, and there it goes. A Centaur, the biggest boy you got on this team. He's just out of here, I think mostly to a Chen army.
Yeah, it's rough. I'm not even sure, to be honest, if they hit their stuns in the second, is he gonna die? And yeah,
nah.
You can try to run,
Daniel's gonna die though.
Yeah, it's just tough to be a hero, you know? You can't outrun these heroes. And
No.
now you don't have the
fly
BKB for
away.
Natsumi for 1 minute. And even if you have it, it's gonna be tough. You know, Falcons, they're gonna consider going for minimum of 2 lanes here.
Absolutely minimum, because those are not a ton of your ultis, right? Like, yeah, you're using Gauntlet, but you're just gonna be able to take down all these racks, and if they don't step up to you, who cares? Skeeter will continue to take these towers. There's always going to be a use for it. Now with this fortification and both heroes coming up, I feel that they could stay, but there's no reason to throw it away, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is a safer approach. I can respect that. They're just gonna wait for the Roche, potentially, who, you know, could respawn in less than 2 minutes. So yeah, they're gonna probably flip into top side here and control these towers, maybe get the tier 2 top, but they don't have to. Oh, Natsumi's in trouble.
No, he's gonna...
Oh, he got some massive minus on.
Oh my god.
I thought surely he was gonna get hit by the cleave there, right?
Right? I didn't think there was a world where he actually blinked out of there, but it's so good that he's able to actually just like swipe twice and went, oh no, somebody else is here. He's playing his own horror game out here in the triangle.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh man, how do you solve it if you're Blacklist? It's so tough. And as you see, they're not even gonna wait for the Roche, actually. They're just gonna go, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, they have God Strength up pretty soon, I believe, right now. So, Skeeter, if you weren't fighting him for the first time, I don't know how you do it here. There's no relocation, and sometimes that's what really makes these high grounds a little bit hard, where there's a Tiny that's tossing you back. Maybe you're getting kicked away from a Tusk. You don't have anything like that for Blacklist, so you have to go into the gauntlet, and they'll try for it. Doom up immediately on the Ursa, still trying to focus down Skeeter with the BKB. He's turning this one around himself. They're fighting in the trees. That's Hoodwink's land, but you can still kill her in it. They'll rip through the Ursa, not even a chance for Natsumi, and yeah, they'll just call it GG. Game number 1. Stomp and a half here for Falcons versus Blacklist International. 26,000 gold lead by the end of it, with only 15 kills in the game for them.
Yeah, GG. I mean, they showed some signs of life in the early game. You know, obviously Blacklist consistently performing really good moves.
You know, Falcons, they've been having a great time. They've gotten themselves 3 wins already today, looking to get their last one here to put themselves at top of the group here. And for Blacklist, they're just trying to sneak themselves out of this tied for 6th slot at the moment. It's them, LGD, and Aurora, all tied at the bottom of this Group A of death. So we'll see if they're able to tie it up here, keep themselves alive in this Group A, or if they'll find themselves still at the bottom. We're saying, look, they got it. They got it, Hanskin. This is a game for Blacklist.
I think so. This is going to be their best chance at beating Falcons so far. I mean, compared to game 1, this looks much, much better. And I believe in the boys, you know, yeah, like strategy-wise, this is looking great. And play-wise, they've been doing really good lately, so.
You've given Falcons a little bit of their legs, right? They got a streak versus you. They've won many of their last few games. They feel like they know how to beat you. So this is probably the hardest game to play versus Falcons at the moment. But I do like their draft as well. Gabby in danger, has to level Onslaught level 1. And even so, I don't know if that's going to save them from first blood.
They're going to have the Chaos Bolt, but I'm not sure if it's enough.
No, they're actually going to turn on Gabby instead, which means the Acorn going to turn around and beat him down a bit. Dude, the Acorn is so strong.
What a spell, man. Yeah, and
Gabby
that
is
was
showing
a,
up really low to lane though.
that was a blood grenade spent from snaking as well. So
That's true.
also they killed both of the satyrs so far. So it's not gonna have another one for at least 30 seconds.
That's honestly pretty crazy. That usually you'd think, oh man, Acorn is so good versus Chen because you just hit him and his creep, but now you almost want to drag the creep away so you get 2 free Acorn shots on it and make sure that you get the kill.
Yeah. If you let the satyrs, like the thing is about this Chen facet and his creeps is that they're pretty useful, like obviously the mana burn and stuff, but they die very easily. So just being able to get that out right away, and then it's not like his Holy Persuasion where you can just get a new one instantly. It has a long cooldown if you lose it, so definitely the right approach.
Man, 2 range creep denies up here as well. That doesn't bode well maybe for Gabby, but there it is again, killing all the Chen creeps. At least the Hoodwink is going to be happy. All the while, Gabby is like struggling for the CS, watching all the range creeps get denied, and Tim's is just having his own minigame with satyrs. He's like, this is a great lane.
Yeah. I mean, so far so good for top lane. Same in mid. The point of concern for Blacklist is definitely going to be this bottom lane though. Like this LC is going to have such a free lane. So what I'm looking for if I'm Blacklist is where can I move General, you know, post laning and be useful. Because you're going to have to strand this Naga at some point, you know. You're never going to have potential on this LC. The longer it goes, the harder it's going to be. So are you going to try to use the gate and open the top? Or are you going to try to move mid? I would probably pick top lane here. If you're able to go top with General at some points, you know, look for those kills. You can even open that tower or make this game very hard for the CK and the Chen. Because I think that Abed, he's going to be chilling just fine in this game. Like,
Right.
he's going to be trading, as we said earlier. It's going to be very tough for Falcons to ever bring him down. Oh, look at the build.
Ooh. Okay, I was like, he had to feel sad because he couldn't get that rune, but instead, Malrain damn near died. There's another one up. So got to be a little bit careful. But no, I totally agree. You got to get the Jakiro involved somehow. And if you can get the 2-for-1 where you get Jakiro involved on the top lane and you can drag away this Legion Commander and maybe make some farm for the Naga, that's going to be the best thing you can do on Blacklist. Because even though everything else should go well for you, you can't just have dead weight here in the safe lane entirely.
Yeah, I mean, someone is going to have to tank it. And I think Naga, this hero is made for this, right? Worst comes to worst, you go jungle with double break bands if you have to, and it's gonna be fine.
Right. I've done that before. Not in lanes that I should be losing, but I've done it. And I tell you what though, on the flip side, Malrain, he's gonna have an amazing time, or not Malrain, Amar's gonna have an amazing time with this one. You don't think of like Windrunner as a traditional carrier forward to put with the Legion, but Power Shot does a lot of damage, and the Focus Fire also is going to be a pretty good supplement to whoever he's putting in the duel.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of the best nukes in the game actually. Once it's maxed out, it's 470 damage, and also a bunch of slow. So very good spell.
Look how squishy these guys are too. I mean, you think about if you catch out the TA off guard, Jakiro, Hoodwink, these guys should die in the midst of a duel with just one Power Shot.
Yeah, definitely. I think the key for Blacklist is you try to be the ones playing aggressive this game.
I like it.
See, similar situation again, but this time choosing to go top rune instead. He doesn't want to lose double water rune once more.
Oh, whoa! Now that's a way to get back in. First blood. Once again going to Janual. I don't mean to curse it, but this is 2 games in a row where the Jakiro has gotten the first blood.
Yeah, I wonder what he was doing there on crit. Amar is super free farming. It's not really... Nobody was low for Blacklist, so a bit of an overextension for sure.
Oh man. I saw that coming from a mile away. Those poor guys. Those hits really hurt. Oh no, speaking of hurting, the uphill miss, Abed. Oh no, you know he had to have really wanted that one. He may have gotten away with the kill had he gotten the hit, but instead now waiting, and Malrain does have a bounce available. This is not a free kill anymore with the meld, so... Oh, could have turned it around there.
That was definitely a kill if he hit that one. It's so unfortunate.
Right.
At
least now he's holding the high ground.
Yeah, the good old high ground, you know. The bane of every mid.
Are scanning.
Oof. Playing those quite quick, and oh, Gabby. Poor guy. I mean, I thought this was going to look a little bit better for him, but because they've had to rotate so much now, things are a little bit harder for the Primal Beast lane. Tim's is trying to get some pressure up with Abed. Abed knows one kill could open up this mid lane. And right now, pretty deep dive. Now they brought Windrunner in on the other side, trying to get the hit. They're TPing in on one. They actually get the bushwhack to secure, and now no! He saw it the whole way through, but just wasn't able to dodge out the power shot from Crit. Now he's Windrunning away. They don't even have the kill with the Jakiro burn damage. Malrine under the tower doesn't care at all. Gonna get the bounce up on Tim's, has the swatch through. Do they have the damage? Acorn's gonna connect a few times. In the charge, oh, Gabby getting the return. Daniel isn't even dead. And not the worst rotation through. However, you are bringing the offlaner in to help out now.
Yeah, I mean, it's super costly for Blacklist. At least they get the trade kill, but they're not gonna get the rune. And in the end, good move from Falcons. They don't have to include one of the side lane, of course. And yeah, overall good stuff. Ideal, you know, really good job by Falcons making the first move there, realizing that they have the potential. Probably related to the fact that Abba didn't get the water runes initially, as we saw, meaning he's slow and they can even have this kill opportunity. Really good job.
That's true. I mean, with the Hoodwink caning around, even just 5-10 more seconds, and maybe the Pangolier would have been dead. So really good job from Falcons to be the first ones to make that move. And now with Wisdom's coming up, whenever you have this map control, last time we saw a super move from Gabby. The early game was going really well. They were getting the XP, both Wisdom runes for them. But instead this time, they are a little bit on the back foot of the map at the moment. So I don't think we're going to see any steals this game.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say though, the side lanes are not looking good for Blacklist this time around. They have zero presence basically on both side lanes at this point. You know, Gabby, he TP'd mid after walking base, and now he walked up top, realizes he can't be there, and now he's resorted to the jungle as a level 4 primal beast. Level 5, sorry.
No.
But it doesn't feel great.
No, that makes it...
You don't have any stacks though, so it's not great, you know?
If he was level 4, it'd be bad, but if he's level 5 going into the jungle, that makes it okay.
Dire are scanning.
Oh no. Oh, Daniel, poor guy. I mean, there is duel available if he gets close enough. Is he able to die before the duel comes out? No. Malrine will pick up the kill. Duel damage to Amar. This is just the slow snowball start that Falcons want to get.
Yeah, really nice from Amar getting the duel already. 3:08.
Ooh, rolling all around. Now, unfortunately, Tims, this is exactly where Malrine wants to roll through, so they will still get the kill. Nice TP. It's a kill for the roll. He did TP up here, but that's okay. Making sure that your CK is safe to farm for a while is all worth it.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, nice job overall by Falcons. As soon as they get their ultis, they find a way to use it in less than a minute, so I bet it's not even going to be able to go for this bottom rune, even though there's no roll in the Pango.
He had the traps though, but the Windrunner was around, made sure that it was still secured. At this point in the game, as you said, the side lanes have already broken down. There's no reason for Crit to stay bot side. Amar has that all unlocked for himself, so now they can come in, and the one lane, the one saving grace that was going well for Blacklist is starting to turn thanks to the rotations of Crit. And once again, duel, the power shot, so much damage. Amar, his second duel win in just as many attempts. Falcons, you know, we liked what what Blacklist was doing, but because of the lanes breakdown, Falcons might just push right through this earlier tempo we were expecting from Blacklist.
And here we see as well the upside of having the Windrunner compared to a Rubik at this moment in the game. You know? You bring in this power shot, it's like such a great nuke. And Amar already having 2 dual wins, like minute 8:30 in the game, basically. He's gonna be off to a great start after already free farming this entire time.
Yeah. I've seen Legions with 20 dual damage at 20 minutes. We're not even to 10 yet on Amar. It's only going to continue to get worse. Able to go for the Blade Mail first. His team will definitely start setting up some fights for him, right? Roll through, even some shackles found from Crit. So I doubt that he needs to blink right away. I like the itemization.
Yeah, I think this is the right approach as well. At some point, you're just going to be able to hit towers, I think, with your Chen backing you up with his armor and auras. And as we see that, Malrine is actually queuing up the blink right away, so they're definitely making sure they synergize.
I like it, I like it. Now, Abed, again, the saving grace here. His lane was definitely okay. He's currently losing out in the net worth, but that's fine. He's got a playable game at the moment. You just make sure he's got to get out eventually. You can't have both your Naga Siren and your TA farming up in the jungle. It's just a disaster waiting to happen. Ooh. Gabby, okay. I was wondering where we were going to stop on that turn. It looked for a second he was aiming for the mid, but he kept on going, so good job. Don't want to commit to that one. They don't know they're down by 4,000 net worth at the moment, but I'm sure they got a feel. They're not exactly the stronger team right now.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, if you go for that dive as Gabby, you might just serve Amar another duel. I think it's not. They don't have the strength.
Ooh, boy, I like this, but he is quite fast right now. They have the power shot, and Natsumi the one to pick that up. That's gotta feel cathartic after everything that's happened in the lane. After all his Naga losers keep getting killed, gets the kill reverse on Legion. Well done.
Yeah, really good job by Abed. And if you think about it, that actually is a result of what Gabby did earlier. He showed up for the rune, securing it, you know, even though they didn't go for the move. But now it's a haste, and he can kill Amar. Without that, without his haste, I don't think they can chase Amar down. So
True.
domino effect. All the small things they really combined.
And with that, they're starting to turn this net worth lead around, getting up there on the TA, which is very important. But Amar's still the top net worth. He can afford to die and literally run the exact same place he just got killed. So he's trying to find this hoodwink. I think Tim should be okay, trying to kite on through the trees and then has the bushwhack. So well done from him to live. But it's crazy that Amar can just run, literally TP to the tower, run this whole way down, and there is nothing stopping him. Like, you got to bring the mid laner down again if you really want to do something about this. But here comes Macropyre? Ice Path? What are we doing here? Are we here? All right, first at the net. Oh no. Oh, this is gonna be a huge overwhelming odds. Oh my lord. Now with the duel, they have the Ice Path. Can they keep Natsumi alive? He actually gets away from this one and they get the kill. Blacklist. Oh my goodness.
That is so clutch. I mean, they had to use everything they had there to make it happen. Yeah, really well done.
Scary. They made that a lot harder for themselves than it had to be. What, 4 people on the overwhelming odds?
Yeah, I mean, imagine Amar gets the duel on Natsume there, and it's a disaster completely.
Yeah. I mean, this was so early. I know this is a good thing to do, but like nobody was around yet. And this starts with an Ice Path. It's great, but he immediately gets a Dispel on the net, so that's so much damage.
Yeah, I mean, that was 100% Natsume's call, which is the right one. They just needed another second for Jakiro to connect, and then it's just Amar dying without casting a single ability or item.
Right.
But in the end, you know, it kind of feels like more of the same from game 1, right? Like, they're killing Amar, they're killing him twice, but at what cost? Malrine and Skitter, they're topping the network charts, and yeah, Snaking is doing the stacking, and now they're starting to roll.
No, the objectives, because where they're taking these fights, right? Every time that Falcons take a fight like this, it usually is around a tower. But Amar is forcing himself so far into Blacklist side of the map that they don't have that option on Blacklist. It's always them trying to defend their own half of the map to keep this Legion commander out of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I feel like, I mean, I'm not saying Blacklist are strong enough to go for towers right now, but it feels a bit like they're tunnel visioning on kills, whereas Falcons are very objective focused. And that is the main difference with the approaches in games. In terms of movement, at least.
The boys are back in town here. All the creeps are snaking, able to take this tower. We're waiting for the Blink Dagger from TA, it looks like, to try to get ourselves some more kills. Already has the Dragon Lance. We definitely have to start making some moves there, right? If you get this Blink Dagger on TA and you sit on it, it's going to be another free farm win for Falcons.
Yeah, it's true. You have to make something work with this TA Dagger, but at the same time, it's going to be offset by a lot what Snaking is bringing. He's got the mech and Hand of God. It's not super simple.
Gabby. I don't want to say he's in danger, but he definitely hurts right now. Oh, if you do that, you could be in danger. Yeah, he wants it. Goes on in. They have a lot of damage actually on the CK. A little bit more, but he drags it in, and the duel win. They get the kill on the Primal Beast. They just didn't have the damage. They needed a little bit more. He was able to get out of the Macropyre before the Ice Path, and well, Falcons just eat him right on up.
Yeah, I mean, at this time at least they're fighting on the objective, but they just don't bring numbers. So turns into a quick save for Amar, getting an easy duel, and they didn't even require the Hand of God. Like, it's just, yeah, you need to commit harder. I mean, I understand they don't want to fight, they want to buy space for this Naga, but if you're going to commit for kills, you need to make sure that you get the kills.
Yeah, no, that's true. You can't half-ass it, you know. Don't half-ass 2 things, whole-ass 1 thing, and maybe they're going to be able to get those kills.
If you want to half-ass it, then at least you need to have an escape plan. Like, consider it a bait, you know, we're going to bait TPs here, make sure Natsume can get the bottom wave pushed all the way out as a result of it. But that means you need to save abilities to get out. You need to have, you know, things to back each other up, so you have that escape going, coming out after you see the TP response.
I tell you what, Skitter's brave right now, but he's brave because he knows what's coming. He gets the stun. Ice Path does connect. Yes, it'll section off the rest of Falcons for a while, but the duel there still from Amar. Skeeter knows exactly where his team is coming from. He doesn't have to wait. It feels, you know, whenever Naga started this song, we didn't know, the team wasn't really around. We didn't know if they could actually make this connection. But for Falcons, there's no question. If Skeeter's jumping on you, he knows the team is there. He will get that kill.
Yep, and now Falcons thinking about Roshan. It's only level 1 penitence on snaking, but they do have this Windrunner ult, which is actually quite useful, regardless of your items. You know? He's got a drums and a null. Seeing as his universal, he's hitting for almost 100. So,
yeah,
another benefit of having this Windrunner support, believe it or not.
Right, I mean, universal heroes go crazy, and honestly, the jumps doesn't give the craziest of stats. It's 7 strength, 7 intelligence. That's more than enough to help out with this.
Yeah, 100%. And this is also, you know, without any stat items in neutral slots, so easy roach there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is gonna mean there's soon an Orchid. Actually, as I say that, Skeeter is sending it out, so that's scary. You know, you got the Manta on Natsumi, of course, but anyone else, they don't have anything for Orchid, and it's not close in sight.
Oh no! But it's down. I believe a Primal Beast down eventually. They didn't get the dual win for it, but hey, a kill is a kill, and Skeeter, he'll take this one right into the tier 2. That was a crazy stat there. You see the average Roshan of the event is 19 minutes and 93 seconds. So most people actually are, well, on average, taking it when it's still Dire tied top. But it's interesting that the record 12 minutes here. We were pretty close. Only a 16-minute Roche. Very fast for a lineup that Chen is really the biggest amount of Roshan pressure that you have. I mean, Windrunner, it's not a core, so it doesn't offer a ton, but they really just were able to group up and take it all by themselves.
Yeah, I wonder what that stat looks like if you're able to remove Beastmaster and Ursa from the equation.
Right?
I bet it would be much later.
Like, I understand 12 minutes. Like, honestly, I'm sure that somebody can do it faster because all you need to do is send the Ursa in. Oh, Tim's. Is he alive? Oh, they saw him for just a second. Amar really wanted that duel, but wasn't able to get it in time.
Nice CP from Tim's. And I will say, I mean, Falcons have been doing everything well, or like correct so far, but Natsumi and Abed, they're both keeping up in farm. And at some point, the map is going to be hard for Falcons to play. Like,
it's true.
You know, I don't think they're looking to end this game anytime soon on Falcons. You know, they're going to need more pickoffs. They're going to need more items. And at some point, I feel like the Snaga and TA, they can definitely start taking over this map. Like, as when you get this BKB, Deso, and the TA, then you're only really concerned about the duel. Suddenly, you get your Orchid on the Naga. Suddenly, he has pickoff potential.
I think it's this Hoodwink scales too. Like, we didn't get to see the scaling potential of the Hoodwink last game. Tim's is just trying to finish out this Atos right now. He's also a universal hero, just like the Windrunner, so he'll still get a ton of damage just off all these normal items he wants to get. But he'll scale well into the CK. Amar jumping forward. That's under a tier 3. Quickly reevaluated. I like it. Just a little bit to back them off.
Yeah, I like the intent though. He understands that they want to force things, and he's not worried about going a bit extra deep. You know, if Blacklist, if they all respond, they're suddenly not split pushing anymore, and now you have an opportunity to contain them on the map. So I definitely like the idea that he has there.
This is starting to turn into really just a difference of the support net worth, which it sucks, you know, Blacklist, you want to be a little bit more even, but your cores are still able to take these fights. They're not really down the items that they need in order to participate. And I think the more and more that we get close to BKBs, the better it'll be that you can finally take the step up into the Legion Commander. Because like it or not, that Blade Mail, it'll hurt if you do try to all-in Amar right now.
Looks like Blacklist are actually gearing up to set up a fight here. They don't have a blink on Gabby though, so they have to rely on either the supports or the Onslaught to start the fight.
And Gabby is showing.
Oh, Natsumi in
Look
trouble.
forward. Natsumi, buddy, this is danger, but they go in with the Ice Mask. This is an Aegis on Skeeter. Even if you do try to focus him down first, it could be very rough for the rest of your team here. Natsumi able to get the Son. Everybody filtered right in the trees. Can we get the Ice Path? Do we have the macro for it? Ice Path down first into the macro pyre. A good start for your team. Where's the follow-up? They'll keep one of them in with the Bushwhack, but not near enough, and he'll still give his life for it on the Hoodwink. It seemed like it could have been a good start. Natsumi somehow gets away from this one after being in the enemy team, but still Falcons follow up, get another duel win for Amar, and they'll walk right up the high ground, maybe even able to collect on Natsumi.
Oh yeah, are they gonna get him? Ah, they got him.
That's a TP. Unfortunately, not going to work out for them. They'll get the kill. Amar with the double. And unfortunately, just losing 2 supports, losing your safe laner. They weren't able to get the damage really out from the TA in this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think Blacklist, you know, they play this fight overall pretty well. Natsumi taking the first initial combat, I guess, and not being caught off guard. Like, he gets a mant off and gets to kite. He's able to get a 6-song on the left while the rest of his team is trying to focus this Pangle there, you know, with the onslaught, with the TA hitting. Just wasn't enough, and then they get the Ice Path and Macropyre on top, of course. But I just think the timing was wrong for this. Like, it's not about execution. Like, why was there urgency to take this fight? You still have 2 minutes on the CKGs as this fight happens.
Yeah.
And the map is fine. It's not like they're hitting your towers or anything. You still have a lot of time to play around. I would way rather see them try to...
Oh, Abed. You know, I gotta applaud you for trying.
Yeah.
But there was a sentry there.
That's very unfortunate. I like the idea as well, but this time Falcons just prepared better, and now Gabby's gonna be in trouble as well.
I've seen this before. It's just hero after hero dying on the map. You're all trying to make different moves, and it's just not working out. Falcons are gonna eat that up all day. And I cannot believe Natsumi is able to walk in here, oh no, and still walks out of this somehow.
I believe he actually disjointed the shackle with the mantle there, otherwise it would have been straight up.
Yeah. I think you see they wanted to focus 2 different spots, and Malrine, he's just able to get out of this one somehow.
Yeah, just the shield crash doing too much, I guess. And the Manta as well, being able to dispel that meld.
Ugh. I mean, you know, for how that fight started, I feel like it should have gone well for them, but you see how far the CK got down first, but with the Aegis, as you said, it feels if they did this a little bit later, there wasn't an Aegis on the CK, you can just all in that guy, and then you're winning this fight.
Yeah, for sure. And also the other upside of your lineup, if you're Blacklist, is that you can actually split push super well. Like, the TA can give vision for himself, the Naga can give vision for himself, and you don't need to play a fair game if you're Blacklist. You can play a game where you're always taking 5v4, 4v3, 3 versus 2, you know? Like, you don't need to take these fair fights, especially into Aegis. So I feel like I get it, they're trying to use their item timings, but I think they're not playing towards the strength of their lineup properly.
I get that. And instead, now because they've done this, gonna lose some more objectives on the map. Shard going over the snaking, very nice, but I mean, they're forcing it, but there's no Aegis this time, so they can go all 4 Skier, and he falls. Abed to pick up the kill exactly as we wanted here. Nice job to get so much gold influx into this TA. Well done.
Really good job, and obviously now this time there's no Aegis, so there's no hesitation. Are we gonna commit or not?
Yeah.
You know, we're just gonna kill this guy, and if something bad happens, we're gonna song each other out. And now they're gonna be able to close out the map once again. Like, get this top wave in by the Naga. Bottom is already pushed in a fairly good spot. Get some offensive vision out and keep threatening pickoffs.
Yeah, you gotta be careful here. Looks like a Shadow Blade completed on the Legion Commander. Oh, you know, they want it so badly. They do have the refraction out first. He may be able to live through the duel here. Sitting in the Macropyre, can you kill Amar? No, they'll lose their TA. They can't get anything else. Gabby wanted to move forward and get something else in return, but Gabby, he just has to TP out with the BKB. They didn't have a way to save. Natsumi will have to leave on his own. Man.
Blade mail, obviously, you know, getting your Deso hits reflected, so. A bit unfortunate there, you know. Blacklist kind of lost their formation and they weren't really ready for that. I feel like if they were camping a ward, let's say, things might have looked different, but this time they just got caught sleeping a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel if you want to do those sort of things, actually having Natsumi around could be the saving grace, right? Tossing out a song for that one so you don't have to try to, you know, everybody go in and see if you can kill the Legion or not. Just kite out that duel. I feel that's what you want to do. And if you don't start doing this before the Aghanim Scepter is out from the Legion, or even a BKB, no, it looks like the Aghanim Scepter, then that's your last chance. After that, it'll be free duels for Amar. With 128 damage, he's getting kills.
Yeah, he's gonna kill anyone at that point. Like the duel is gonna be 7.5 seconds duration, debuff immunity. You know, doesn't matter if you song. Like sure, it has some heal, but it's not gonna be enough. I'm pretty sure MR will be able to solo kill almost anybody at that point.
No. Again, it's gonna be. I feel we're putting a lot on Ovid's shoulders now because he has to be the one to just literally murder someone on Falcon's side. If he doesn't do that, I don't see how they can take these fights. Tim does get seen. They have the Gale Force in there, so he's eventually gonna get lofted out, but back into the trees. Fine for now, trying to TP away. The duel, it's just in time. Amar with another one. Easy win for him and the rest of the team. You just gotta go out on the mat, split, and hope that you can kite out this next Aegis timing surely down the pipeline for Falcons.
Yeah, it's getting scary. Like 156 damage at minute 26. That's it's not every day you see this in like such a high tier tournament. I wonder if you're going to give him the Aegis.
Off of it.
Because technically he could be the Sieger now, right?
You know, I would have been about it because yeah, actually with overwhelming odds, you do a decent amount of tower damage just like right clicking over and over again. But I understand, right? If right now it seems somehow you can still live throughout the entirety of the duel, there's no reason to put yourself at risk there. Just give it over to the CK. He'll step forward.
Yeah, I mean, CK is definitely a great Aegis carrier nonetheless.
We'll see what they want to do here. Amar so close, just looking at about 500 gold for the Aghanim Scepter. Already have it now on the Pangolier, and my Naga Siren is top net worth in the game. But for what, right? I mean, so much of his hero is countered by what we're seeing here on Falcons. How does he truly get involved? This net worth just doesn't feel like enough. Oh my god.
God damn. There was a cure there.
Be gone.
I think, yeah, Falcons are probably gonna start stepping on your high ground real soon. There's no particular item to wait for. They just picked up the Ags on Malorine. They just picked up the Ags on Amar.
Oh.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, I'm not sure how you're going to defend this one, but I sure hope you can. I do have the fortification. Actually, just grieves to heal all those creeps in Amar. Oh, knows there's a hoodwink somewhere. Doesn't manage to blink in to try to find it. It would be a bit deep. I understand why.
Yeah, Natsumi's gonna start keeping the top wave now, but it's a little bit too late. There's still another wave incoming.
I mean, if they can keep maybe holding on and keeping Skeeter from off these racks. Oh no, roll through. That won't keep him out. They managed to get one. Now pulverize the Pango though. They have a lot of damage. That kind of Aegis. They'll get the kill easy. Even buying back on Tims. This could be Blacklist fight. Silencing up on the CK, able to lock him down for a second, but using the Song to encroach, keep everybody sectioned off from the CK, but he's not far enough, and they don't have any damage. They didn't throw the Ice Path down in time.
Oh no, that's so rough, and now they're gonna have to chase really far if they want to keep fighting.
Yeah, this is out of your comfort zone now, and it's not really getting on top of the CK anymore. They do find that's a perfect pick. Never mind, it was a bait into a bait. Oh no, we're out of our base. I hope a Legion doesn't blink on me.
God damn. They missed the Ice Path on the Song, but when Amar jumps in, they nailed the perfect Ice Path instead. So really good job by Blacklist. Actually, their damage is starting to really come online. And also in this fight, you see the problem with the matchup playing Pangolier versus Primal Beast. He can just control you during the roll, and you also combine that with the physical damage of the Hoodwink and the TA, and suddenly you're just gonna kill this Pangolier.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much need to have that Dispel out from the Legion Commander. That's the only way you can save him, but either way, the fun thing about a Primal Beast is that you're out of roll. He takes you right on out of it. There is no going back. So, really well done there from Gabby, really bringing his team back into this one. Signs of life from Blacklist, and as far as I know, they still have, they still have both racks down on that top side, so they're in a perfectly fine situation right now.
Yeah, definitely. If they can get a tier 2 as well, they're gonna be able to start chipping away at their base with this TA and Naga. Be super annoying.
Yeah. They just need one more fight win. They've got it to the point where they aren't losing so hard, right? They're still in a rough spot. They're still in Aegis on the CK, but they're not fearful anymore. They know they can take a fight to Falcons if it's under the right scenario.
And now you're gonna have a Butterfly on Natsumi. There's not gonna be any True Strike coming anytime soon for Falcons, except for the Blood Flame, of course. And you're getting the Shiva on Gabby as well, you know, which is gonna mitigate a lot of this heal. It's gonna deal with the Seek healers. Also remove a bunch of attack speed from Amar. I think things are looking better for Blacklist than they have been in the last 15 minutes, I want to say.
Absolutely. Give me the IV, man. I'm on some hopium. I think they can do it. But a jump through Skeeter, that is deep, brother. And that's the ice path I want to see. However, that guy still's got it ages, so that's why he felt safe doing it.
Yeah, nice Glimmer reaction. Because if General dies there, that's actually... oh, never mind. That was Tim's by the way. Sorry. All right. So they are...
The bongo boots up. Oof.
Bongo boots, definitely great. So you see, now Falcons, they're suddenly not confident in their push anymore, so they feel like they need to go for pickups, and they also lost Aegis just now. But if they get Natsumi here...
Oh, he's about to walk back into the vision. Oh, wait. They didn't see him.
Oh, they're going straight into the base.
They in fact onto the high ground, but yeah, say they get Jakiro, but he doesn't know it. I think he just tanked the gank for his Naga Siren.
Natsumi has a very interesting position in the fight if he chooses to stay here. He knows there's no
That's
duels.
very kind of you. He's behind the entire enemy line. He knows that they're gonna see him here, and he's trying to run on forward. He's right on top of the Pangolier, but they're gonna just go back onto Gabby, pulverizing up, but it's not a pulverize on the Pango, which means Rolls, they're free for now. They do get the first kill on Gabby. They've already bought back onto Jakiro, but Skeeter, he's able to hit as much as he wants on the backside. Poor Hoodwink is already down. Same with Januel and Naga Siren. It's so hard for her to enter the fight. Cheese used. Can they get the lockdown on Malrine? The Gale Force is keeping everybody away. Now Abed is locked up. The Son of the Siren finally comes out. They do have the buyback on this Primal Beast, but is it enough to keep Abed alive? So low, able to get one more refraction off. Tried to save himself with the Mallet, but they're still locked in on him. Hurricane Pike away. He's created some space with the step back, but it does lose Gabby in the process.
Damn, they just didn't have enough damage to kill the CK of Skitter, and you have to question, was it the proper targeting there? Like, Pango did so much controlling all the backline, you know, stopping the TA from hitting, killing the supports, and then on top of that, he's going tier force and tanking everybody, and then getting the cheese off, not even dying for it, so...
Oh no, he already used the Manta to try to get away from that Shackle Shot, but instead now doesn't have anything left. Skeeter is taking a lot of damage to these illusions, actually.
Yeah, he's got this the same though, he's good. He knows they don't have enough to kill him with only the Naga and the TA.
Yeah. It seems like everything that went right for them in this top fight just completely fell apart in the second one, right? Like, Naga Siren was all the way in the backside. It kind of made the fight disjointed. Maybe it would have been okay, but they didn't use the Pulverize on the Pangolier, and then everything just felt free from Malrine.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the first top fight, they just killed Malrine instantly. This fight has a complete free one. And, you know, Snake King is able to cast everything on Skitter this time, and it's just hard to kill heroes when you got Greaves, Divine Favor, and Pipe.
Oh, brother, Natsumi actually alive and managed to bait them out with the illusion play. He is giving it his all right now. I mean, this is the wildest position I've ever seen from a Naga Siren, but he constantly is able to walk away.
Yeah, I think Blacklist knows that they have to find a way to contest this Roshan, because if they don't, then, you know, there's going to be an Aegis CK hitting your high ground with cheese, with everything, and it's just going to be too much to deal with. The question is
you
if...
can't give them the space.
Yeah, can they offset this wave pressure coming out? The Naga and the TA are great at it, but you're still going to have to find the proper angle for the fight.
Yeah, now with both your side lanes in, pretty much the best ones you can get here from Falcons, you're going to be really relying on Natsumi to kind of relieve the pressure for yourself. Has the butterfly, has the heart, so the illusions, they're starting to hit, but the offensive capabilities, it's all on Abed's shoulders still.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, 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 no. Oh, brother. He could get away, but topside, it was all a distraction for the duel with the blade mail. Abed does so much damage to him, he just falls, has buyback, but Amar, well done with the pick off here. They do pulverize the Pangolier. That was without using ult just yet though, so once again, could be free if he wants to turn with it. They're fighting underneath the Macro Pyre. This is where you want to be if you're Blacklist, but look at the heal. You just can't touch this Pangolier right now, and this opens up everything for Skeeter. They're gonna get locked in the Son for now. I think this is more escape though than it is turn, unless running on through, still has so much armor and a big overwhelming odds again. Amar started this fight with a kill on Abed, and he'll end it with a kill on Abed. GG. Game number 2 going to Falcons again. They get the 2-0, third in a row for them, and they'll propel themselves to the top of Group A.
Yeah, really good job by Falcons. They're kind of going back into their,